call. This is, like I said, Matt Miller from Cincinnati, Ohio. I want to formally welcome you to the Success Partners International Team Training Zoom this evening and begin by congratulating you for showing up, because we all know that success begins with showing up, and you made the choice to do that and be on this call with your teammates and Success Partners. And I truly appreciate you being on, because we already know that we are, and I am, part of a growing team of entrepreneurs with a shared mission to protect and empower 2 million new families and small businesses with Legal Shield's network of law firms and world-class identity theft services. What we do matters, and we're looking for help. It's important for all of us to memorize that signature message that we just said so we can personalize it and use it when it's appropriate in conversation. And with that, I have the great honor to turn it over to a speaker, a coach, an author, a mentor, a rock star when it comes to our industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I turn it over to our very good friend, Miss Lynn Schussler Williams. The call is yours.
Thank you so much, Matt. Awesome to share a platform with you. You are an amazing host, just a natural at this. So appreciate you. I'm going to hit the mute all button to make sure that everyone is muted, and I'm going to ask everyone to turn off your video during the call so that we can have our recording on Facebook Live and everything just include our speakers. So thank you for that. And my name is Lynn Schussler Williams, and I get to be your story facilitator first tonight. And so I'm excited for our stories. You know, stories are the lifeblood of our business. And it's so important that you have other people's stories to turn to as you are developing your business when you're new, as well as, you know, when you're a seasoned veteran. It's great to have news stories. So it's a phenomenal thing. Get your pen in your hand, be ready to take notes. And I'm going to first go out to, I'm going to stay right here in Louisville, Kentucky, and go out to Miss Susan Comer for a membership story. Susan, you're up.
Thank you so much, Lynn. This is Susan Comer in Louisville, Kentucky. My background's financial planning. I have a story about a member who canceled her membership. And when I finally connected with her, I found out that she lost her job and was owed some back unemployment pay. So she had no current income and went ahead and canceled all sorts of memberships to reduce her expenses. She told me that she didn't know what to do about this unemployment back pay. And I then informed her, did you know that your Legal Shield membership has law firms that can help you and guide you with that issue? I told her the story that I heard on this team call a few weeks ago, just what Lynn was saying. Pay attention to these stories. I told her the story about someone that received $6,000 in back unemployment pay. And that really caught her interest. She had no idea that our attorneys would do something like that. She was so happy to get help. She reinstated, called the law firm, and they're working on her case right now. So the takeaway here is that we need to connect with our members, find out what's going on, let them know we're open and ready to serve, and pay attention to these stories. They will help you as you speak with your members. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you so much, Susan. What a great story. Way to make my point for me. Thanks a lot. That was great. And, you know, it's just so true. You know, we think, oh, it's just another story, but it can turn into a way for you to help someone, which is what we're all here for. And next, I'm going to stay right here in Louisville, Kentucky. So I would just like to point out that Louisville, Kentucky has all the stories this week. And I'm going to go to Mr. Robert Bagley to tell us about Catherine's incredible day. Robert, are you with us?
I am, Lynn. This started out with a telephone call from her great-grandson, Daniel, to say that the car had been broken into. Asked me to...
We can hear you, Robert. Go ahead.
Okay. I got a message on the screen which I didn't understand. The car that he is buying from Catherine had been broken into. He was upset. He thought the title was in the glove box and the car had been ransacked and everything was missing. So that upset Catherine. We talked and decided that the first thing to do was to call the law firm. The second thing to do was to go down to the bank and check the safe deposit box to see if the title was in there. So I went on my way. I had a meeting to go to. Catherine got ready, went out to her car. The car wouldn't start. Once she got down to the bank, finally, and the bank was locked up, they unlocked, and then they found that they didn't have the key into the room where the locked safe deposit boxes were. The attorney called back and he calmed Catherine down, and her stress level that had gone sky high was reduced, and she was advised what to do, and we're back to normal. Back to you, Lynn.
Wow, you know, sometimes the real gift of being able to talk to an attorney is that your stress level goes down, isn't it? That's just so true. And I can think of so many stories where that's been the case. So thanks for sharing that and reminding us, Robert, how important it is to call our attorneys whenever we have a day like that where things just don't seem to be going right. So now I want to call on a dear friend of mine, the very first associate that I ever signed up in Legal Shield. She's a market leader. She's a Ladies of Justice leader. She's an amazing woman. Leigh Perry is joining me up here. Hi, Leigh.
Howdy, Lynn.
So we wanted to have a chat with you all tonight. Now, you might notice if you look around the Zoom room that I can name at least 3 Millionaire Club members that aren't here, right? And people whose voices you might be used to hearing at this part of the call are not named Lynn Schussler Williams or Leigh Perry, right? But here we are because some of them are doing things like what Mr. Drennan calls slow down to speed up, which I love that idea. He really taught me that. And he's on retreat and doing planning and strategizing and all that sort of thing with his wife, Lynn, this weekend. So he's not with us. And then Mr. Halligan and Ron Chambers are both busy. And I can't wait till I'm a Millionaire Club member and I feel like I have time to take off. But Leigh, you know, it's the holiday weekend. It's the first of the month. So, right, we're all taking time off. Is that right, Leigh?
Well, you know, Lynn, we started this week, Monday morning, Sharon to Claire on our stretch call, and we talked about momentum. It's hard to get momentum. When you get it, it's easy to lose it, and you've got to keep it going. And for some people, that might be an option that they can go ahead and take off on the holiday. And for the rest of us, it's a great opportunity to connect with the folks we haven't been able to connect to during the week. So it's really important to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's only the 6th of the month and it's a holiday weekend. But if you're really excited about your business, if you really already have your foot on the gas pedal, for sure now's not the time to take it off, right? It's there's so much to be done. So Leigh, talk a little bit about, you know, we have the 4 things that we share and declare about on your Monday morning stretch call, which we're going to do tomorrow. Talk a little bit about what that activity can be like over a holiday weekend, or why it's important to keep it going even though, you know, it's just the beginning of the month.
Well, it might be, Lynn, that folks might be able to watch a video where they couldn't during the week because there's just so much going on. So you might be able to connect with them. They might even be able to do a 3-way call, you know, so because we make Zoom our room and we use 3-way validation when necessary in between. And some people I know are stepping back and getting organized. I had a conversation with our host, Matt Miller, and he spent some time Friday and Saturday just getting focused for the week so that he could relax, you know, the rest of the weekend. So knowing what he's going to do this week, he's already got his list made and he's ready to rock and roll. So it might not be actually reaching out to other folks, but just getting ready for the week ahead.
Absolutely. And you know what else? I'm pretty sure that it's the 6th of the month and there's some bonuses on the table that maybe end the 10th. Is that right, Leigh?
Yes, and corporate is calling it the Labor Day Challenge, and I just posted it in the Team Ascent Facebook page. I just took a snip of the front page, but 60 Performance Club points and one associate is a $100 bonus. Double that to 120 points and an associate, $200 bonus. Double that to 240 points and two associates, $400 bonus. So just a nice little incentive to get moving fast in the month. Lynn, I know you and I have talked before about that last minute push. It is not fun when you've got just a little bit more to do to reach your goal, and it's the 11th hour and the stress level goes up, and you can't call your attorney to reduce that stress level like Catherine did. It won't do any good. So getting started and staying focused is the way to go for sure. And maybe you get a little bonus money too.
Absolutely. You know, I think it was in May, I was talking to Mr. Drennan about how I've never been one to feel like the way to build a business was to chase bonuses. And he said, no, but they're still nice to get. And I wrote myself an affirmation on a Post-it note, and it's right up there on my wall. And it says, I earn bonuses, right? It's like, no, that's not my whole business strategy, but I'm happy to earn bonuses, and I'm happy to help my people earn bonuses when it's in alignment with what they want to do anyway, right? When it's in alignment with their goals. And so, you know, it's not about pushing, it's about being willing to earn bonuses and being conscious that they're out there. And if you don't know they're out there, you can't go get them. And if you aren't focused on your business, then you're not going to go get them, right?
And one of the things I like to share when I talk about the business with potential associates, Lynn, is to say that we're all about the carrot, not the stick. You know, for doing just a little bit, you get rewarded, and doing just a little bit more, you get rewarded. So why not focus that energy and into the first week of the month, and, you know, let's go after it.
That's right. Absolutely. So now's the time for sure. There's so much. I mean, I had this thought today too, Leigh. I was like, what if I could just get PC Pro done by the 15th? Like, what would that mean for the rest of my month? What would that mean? What would that mean about where I might end up by the end? If I had PC Pro done by the 15th, what might that mean about where I ended up at the end, right? And what if I got PC Pro done by the 15th and you got PC Pro done by the 15th? Now I'm really a happy camper, right? So,
Right.
but the point is, right, that it's teamwork, and it's having a goal and going after it. Whatever it is, it's about deciding for your goal, right? So when we decide for one thing, it takes away everything else. Remember, that word decide comes from the Latin root CIDE, which is in the word homicide and genocide and germicide and insecticide and all these things that mean to cut or kill, or cut away or kill. And so when we decide for one thing, we're cutting away all those other options. So if we decide for bonuses, or for PC Pro by the 15th, or for PC by the 15th, or for a new associate, whatever it is, we decide for that goal, and we cut away all the rest of the possibility, and we stay focused, and we act like we've decided for it, and we just keep going. We don't have to know how we're going to get there. We just have to know that's where we're going to go. And I think that's so powerful on the 6th of the month, to really just kind of wake up to that and not kind of sit back and say, oh, what a relief. It's the beginning of the month. I don't have to really do anything for a week or two, you know? So don't you think that's really a powerful thing to decide right now, Leigh?
Oh, absolutely, Lynn. And the thing is, if you set that goal and you look at it and you say, man, you know, I don't know, I haven't ever done that. So what? Like, it's the what is it? Shoot for the moon, you might hit the stars, right? Yeah. So you've got that momentum going and you're ahead, and it's only the 10th. You've got the rest of the month to finish.
Absolutely. You know? And you know, my one of my favorite personal development authors, Bob Proctor, says decision is the magical mental activity that can literally propel you toward success, but you have to use it, right? And you have to decide for where you want to go, and then act like you've decided for where you want to go. Not just, it's not just a mental exercise, it's an activity exercise as well. And I think that's so important for us in this business to remember.
Well, and we'll be talking about that tomorrow morning, right? Because
Ooh.
we'll be sharing and declaring tomorrow. We will not have our Zoom calls, but we will have our stretch call in the morning. And we always focus on activity, activity, activity. That's what we want to talk about.
Absolutely. And the stretch call tomorrow morning is so important. Most of us can be there, even though it's a holiday, like the barbecue pit's not going to be calling at 8:30 East or 8 o'clock Eastern. We got time for this half an hour to help us get our mental focus and get our week started right. And, tonight's the time to prepare for that. If you haven't already thought about your week like Matt Miller did, then, this is the time to really just kind of pull that calendar out and look and say, how many one-to-ones do I have scheduled this week? How many networking events do I have scheduled this week? How many people do I have to talk to who I can invite onto the Zooms? And how many of them are on my calendar so I'll show up? And all of those things are just important for us as we plan our activity this week, right?
Exactly.
Well, good, Leigh. I think, we're going to wrap up a little early tonight because it is the holiday weekend, and I want to make sure everybody has time to be ready to share and declare. Let's don't get on Leigh's call in the morning and then say, oh, let's see, what will I share and declare today? Let's figure it out tonight and be ready to do that. So, Leigh, thank you for coming on and having a little chat with me about bonuses and goals and activity and all of it. And I can't wait to be on your stretch call in the morning.
Well, thanks for asking, Lynn. I appreciate it. Thanks
Absolutely.
for all you do for us.
Thank you. And so now, guys, I have some announcements. So, it's important for us to stay plugged in. And there's several standard tools for doing that. You're doing it right now. So I know I'm preaching to the choir, but don't forget that you've already gotten in your email today a link to or the Legal Shield Associate newsletter. And then in your LS Engage messages, you were sent a reminder about the leadership show. It goes on Sunday night and then again on Monday morning. And then it's available on live stream in between. Don't forget about the Team Ascent Facebook group. It's a great place to stay plugged in. Really don't forget about the successpartnerscalendar.com. Almost every day, somebody texts me and asks me a question that if they had just gone to successpartnerscalendar.com, they'd have found the answer. So I want everybody to hear me say, before you text a leader with a question, think, might the answer to that be at successpartnerscalendar.com? And if you're not sure, go look before you text the leader, because so much information is there. Alice Englehart does an amazing job keeping that up to date. And that's where you can get to Alice if you have stories to share on the team call. And the cutoff for stories is Saturday night for the next day's call on Sunday. So be sure that all week long, you can get to Alice all week long by going to successpartnerscalendar.com and tell her you have a story, and she'll put you on the story list and give you the information you need to get prepared. So please do that. Also remember, the Ladies of Justice Facebook group is a wealth of information. That's where you can plug into Ladies of Justice. You can see what other people are doing. You can see what's going on and the recognition that's there. And I will tell you, Leigh Perry, Stacy Linhart, Sheila Bird, there are all kinds of people on our team who are showing up on that Facebook group. And there's just powerful information there, including a list of all the Ladies of Justice events that the committee puts on for us to plug into with our prospects, and trainings as well, all week long, all on Zoom. And then, of course, we have our team training on Wednesday nights at 9:20. And we'll be doing music about 10 minutes before our team Zoom on Wednesday as well. So if you missed out on the party before the meeting tonight, then be on Wednesday at 9:10 instead of 9:20 and join in the party. And then we have Zooms all week long. We're not having our Zooms tomorrow on Labor Day, but we will Tuesday through Friday have a membership overview at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Excuse me, and a membership and opportunity overview at 8 p.m. Eastern each of those nights this coming week. And so, folks, I'm so excited that you were with us. Glad to have had you here. I'm going to turn off our Facebook Live, and I'm going to say, and our recording, and I'm